Form has been very good since you was last with us for the win over Manchester City. We might be in with a shout of a Champions League spot. Hello everyone, I'm Dan. Welcome back to Reesy FC for part 8 of our Director of Football Challenge Fearless Foxes, where we are of course managing Leicester City, and it has been very good form for us recently. You was here for the last game against Manchester City where we won 1-0, and let's take a look at exactly what has been happening since you was last with us. Immediately after that Manchester City game, we went away to West Bromwich Albion, a resounding 4-1 victory there. We battered them. Played very well indeed. They pulled one back in the 50th minute just after half time, and I feared the worst, not going to lie, but Giovanni Reina come on and he scored a couple of very vital goals to finish off the job there. So a 4-1 victory over West Bromwich Albion. We played Burnley next up in the 5th round of the FA Cup. We got through. We changed it up to a 4-3-3 system in this one. James Maddison put us through in the 94th minute. We bossed the game. Ashley Barnes in the 79th minute equalised for Burnley, and that was their first shot of the game. And so yeah, it was quite worrying when that happened. And we haven't been able to keep clean sheets again, as you can see. We went on a run where we did. The clean sheets are hard to come by again, but James Maddison stepped up in the 94th, so it didn't really matter about the goal from Barnes. Next up, we played Fulham, and look at that. Within 13 minutes, we was 4-0 up. Thought we was going to absolutely smash them again, like we smashed Newcastle earlier on the season, 8-1. But the goals dried up after that. The chances came. Second half was really poor. Fulham pulled one back in the 47th minute, and we just didn't turn up in the second half. We did give them a little bit of a telling off at the end of the game, the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing, saying you did well in the first half, second half was really poor. What was all that about, boys? But then we played Arsenal. Now, things went to pot a little bit here. We played them at home, and we lost 3-0. The first goal was a penalty from Pepe. He got a hat-trick, as you can see. The penalty decision was actually unbelievable. It was never a penalty. The little commentary text at the bottom said that it's basically indicating that VAR won't give it because it wasn't a penalty. And it literally said, I can't remember it for word, but it did just say it's a shock that a penalty was given and VAR agreed with the referee. Again, I don't know word for word what it said, but it was pretty much indicating that they were surprised as well. But we didn't really do anything after that. It knocked us out our stride, and we lost the game 3-0. Next up was Everton in a big game. They're 7th, we're 6th, so it was big. It was a good chance for us to extend the gap between 6th and 7th, because of course the top 6 is for Europa League qualification, and we need to extend that gap if we want to give ourselves a good chance of finishing in a European spot. And we did exactly that. Jamie Vardy scoring the only goal away at Everton in the 51st minute. It was a good point, hard-working point there, to be honest. Defensively was very good, and we kept a clean sheet again. And then we just faced Newcastle, where we won 2-1 away at St James's Park. Jamie Vardy on the score sheet once again, Yuri Tillemans as well, scoring a very similar goal to what he scored at Newcastle in the Cup in the 8-1 victory, which was similar to the intro video. Very similar goal again. It was a bit weird. It was a mirror image of both of them other goals, but we won 2-1. Callum Wilson pulled one back in the 89th minute. Fortunately for us, Newcastle had no more chances, no more highlights, which was fine, because I did start to panic when we let one in the 89th. And today we take on Sheffield United, who are currently in the drop zone. But a little bit of news for you: in a couple of weeks' time, we do have Arsenal away, who we just lost 3-0 to, of course, at home, in the FA Cup quarter-final. Before we look at the next round of Premier League games, then, to show you where Sheffield United are in the league, this was to draw Manchester derby, United against City at Old Trafford, Norwich faced Liverpool at Carrow Road, at Hillsborough at Sheffield Wednesday against Chelsea, and then we have Arsenal away. So not an ideal tie. It would have been nice to have bagged Norwich or Sheffield Wednesday, if I'm honest, or get a home tie at least. We've got a very tricky draw there. We'll do well to get through that game. I was thinking about bringing you back for that game, but I did say to you we'll come back for Sheffield United. If we do get through the quarter-final game, we'll come back for the semi-final, which should be, I would have thought, be hosted at Wembley. But injury-wise, then all our boys are coming back now. Let's go to the medical centre. The only one really is Matty James, who is still out for up to another 6 weeks for a damaged Achilles tendon. He's not going to be a part of the squad anyway. Ozzy Perez is the one that's recently returned. So we're back in shape. It's really good. So we've got Vardy, Maddison, Under all back in the squad. Of course, they were missing for a number of weeks. So now we feel like we're at full strength and playing very well. Let's get into it today against Sheffield United then. We did say we'll show you the league. I like this view. Maybe not that view. Can we just see the competitions, Premier League? There we go, that's a better view. So today we take on Sheffield United. They're in 17th. They're only out of the drop zone on goal difference. It's very tight down there, isn't it? West Ham still have a chance, but they look like they're heading down. West Brom with 23 points are only a point away from Sheffield United, so Sheffield United could drop right down to 19th with a defeat today. So they'll be bang up for this game. They lost last time out. I believe it was to Everton. Let's have a little quick scroll here. Oh, it's to Chelsea. They lost 1-0 to Chelsea, so they did lose midweek. We've had a week off, which is fine, which is great for us. And today we take them on in the late kickoff on the Sunday. But for us, we are 6th with 9 points clear of Brighton now. Everton must have lost again, which is great news for us. Brighton are the team in 7th, 9 points behind us. We've got a game in hand. It's a fantastic opportunity for us today to go 12 points clear of 7th place Brighton and really cement our place in them Europa League spaces and in the top 6 of the Premier League. We're currently 8 points now behind Manchester City, who won earlier in the day 4-1 against West Brom. Everyone seems to beat West Brom 4-1 this season. It's like you're almost guaranteed a 4-1 victory. So a win today is vital for us to keep pace and to keep up with Manchester City. I mean, we'll go 5 points behind them. We're in with a chance. It'd be great to finish in the Champions League spots, but ultimately, as long as we finish in the top 6, we're doing our job. But we still won't give up on Champions League if it's still available. Let's get straight into the squad then. Today, this is the team. It's nice to announce a full fit team for you. So it's Kasper Schmeichel in goal, James Justin at left back, Soyuncu, Fofana, Pereira, Ndidi and Tielemans in midfield, Barnes and Cengiz Under on the wings, Maddison playing just in behind, Jamie Vardy in his pressing forward role. Big game for us today. Giovanni Reina, actually, give him a little mention. He's played very well for us. He's had 4 starts for us. He scored a couple of goals in that game. Can't remember which one it was now, but further back. And yeah, he's doing quite well for us since he's come in. And I'm quite pleased with him so far. A good little bit of cover. He allows me to rest Barnes up a little bit as well, because we were just playing Barnes predominantly there. Especially with Perez out, we couldn't move Maddison out wide and Perez into the middle. So having Giovanni Reina around, I forgot his name then, has been very good for us. So we're going to probably pump the fist a little bit. And let's show Sheffield United why we're the form team and you are not. And it didn't really motivate people. It should have motivated people, really, shouldn't it? I thought that was a good team talk. Show them why you're better than them, basically. That should really get them motivated and confident for the game. So we're underway here. Sheffield United starting quickly and getting an early chance in there. We bounce back with a couple. Come on, boys, let's go and get 3 points and just keep pace with Man City. If we can keep in touching distance, who knows what will happen later on in the season. Musset picks the ball up. It'd be interesting to play this free. It's almost like a 3-5-2, I guess, or a 5-3-2 of Sheffield United. We haven't changed shape for a little while, apart from the FA Cup game. So I'm guessing the AI will work out eventually what we're doing. We're not tweaking the tactics too much. It's a winning formula at the minute, so let's keep it going. Cengiz Under into the box now. Does really well. Creates space, but it's blocked. Good defending there from Sheffield United. John Fleck coming forward. Goes long for Musset, who's in on goal here. It's a good opportunity, and he just dinks it into the arms of Schmeichel. And I must give Kasper Schmeichel a little mention, because he has been fantastic in recent weeks. We gave him a little bit of stick, didn't we, earlier on in the series because of some mistakes he's been making, especially the one against Feyenoord. I'm glad you guys actually saw one in the Europa League, which was the game that, of course, actually put us out. It wasn't that goal necessarily, but it didn't really help, did it? I think that made it 2-0 when he made that mistake. But he's been very good for us recently. Made some class saves. He did in that last Newcastle game anyway. Ramsdale to Ampadu, what was that? Basham into Fleck. Sheffield United looking like quite a decent side. They don't look like a team that should be down there based on the highlights we've seen. Fleck has the ball, plays it wide to Stevens there, and are finding a lot of space down on the flanks, aren't they? Stevens pulls it back to Ollie McBurney, who I thought was meant to be out today. Ndidi with a strong challenge. Stevens ball in, and Musset has put it straight over the bar. That should have been 1-0. They've had a couple of good chances here, Sheffield United, and I'm going to fire the boys up because this has been a pretty poor first half from us. We need to give them a bit of a kick up the backside at half time and just say, boys, what on earth is going on? However, we do have a highlight here with us attacking. Justin whips the ball in. Wilfred Ndidi's header, and I think it crashed the crossbar, or did he save it? It's gone out for a goal kick, so Ndidi has hit the crossbar. It's the closest we've came, but it's not close enough, and we're going to say I'm not happy with the performance. We're going to leave the tactics as they are, and we might make some personnel changes at some stage. We could even go to a 4-3-3 or a diamond, But the problem with the Diamond, where they're playing with wing backs, that could cause issues, and Jamie Vardy was in there. The Sheffield Wednesday fan nearly scoring against the Blades, which always delights him, and if he does score, I'm sure he's going to run straight to the Sheffield United fans. There's that infamous picture, isn't there, where Vardy's cupping his ears to the Sheffield United cop at Bramall Lane. There's a few expletives in there, isn't there? A few fingers being stuck up to him, and I'm sure he'll go and do that straight to the away end if he does score in this game. Maddison driving forward for Leicester. Vardy's made a little run here. If you found him, he sort of checked his run. Maddison doesn't strike it cleanly at all, just as the text commentary said, and it goes wide. But we're showing a bit of promise. We're looking capable of scoring now. Fofana plays the ball. It's a weird ball to Vardy, but Vardy does win the header. Genghis coming forward now. He had a poor game against Newcastle, but he is just returning from injuries. We give him the benefit of the doubt and played him again. Vardy, indeed, Maddison's in. He's got to score. James Maddison does. He's beaten the offside trap, and Leicester City lead 1-0 here against Sheffield United. As it stands, we are 3 points behind Manchester City. 5 points behind Manchester City, isn't it? Sorry. Brain fart there. There we go. Fourth would be 58 points. We'd be on 53 points. We'd leapfrog Arsenal into fifth position, who must be playing later or tomorrow maybe. I think this is the Sunday game, so they might be... are they playing today? They're drawing 0-0 currently with Burnley apparently. So hopefully they continue to drop points. I'm not sure if that's accurate because we play a game more than them as it stands, but we'll see what happens there. We've got to focus on what we're doing. If we win our game, it doesn't matter what other teams are doing. We've just got to keep winning our games of football. So we are going to make a change here. Justin's on the yellow card, so we can bring Castagna on. Should we make one more change here? Maybe bring Harvey Barnes off and chuck on Giovanni Reina. So you can have a little look at Reina as well and see what he brings to the team. He has chipped in with a couple of goals this season, as I said, albeit it was in the same game. But he has looked dangerous for us. A good little run here from Reina. Getting involved early on in the action since coming on. Castagna plays a really weird ball to Ricardo, but it kind of worked. Ricardo thought he was going to go back to Ndidi. Tillemans goes back to Ricardo down the right-hand channel. Boys, we need to get the ball in the box. It's a good ball back to Maddison. Is that a penalty? It looked like a penalty. It just looked like he just kicked him in mid-air. Referee has given a penalty, and it's a chance for Jamie Vardy to step up. The Sheffield United fans will love it if he misses this penalty. That's if we do get the penalty. It did look like a stonewall penalty, and the correct decision there by VAR. He didn't have to go to the monitor to look at it. Jamie Vardy steps up. Come on, run to them Sheffield United fans. If they've programmed this right, that's exactly what he'll do, and he has. Football Manager's complete. He's run straight to the Sheffield United fans, goading them. That is what you love to see. Leicester City 2, Sheffield United 0. Jamie Vardy running over to the away fans and taunting them. Amazing, amazing stuff. Fantastic result for us if it stays like this. 20 minutes remaining. It was a bit of a nervy first half, wasn't it? So it's been a much better second from us. We are going to bring on Mark Albrighton, who's come back from an injury recently, and we are going to chuck him on for Genghis. We're also going to make him a winger because he's a much better winger. Oh, does it really matter by the looks of it? We'll try him as an inverted winger then. I thought he was better as a winger. Maybe he's deteriorated a little bit. Good old Mark Albrighton, a bit of an unsung hero. How that guy hasn't got an England cap, I will never know. Absolute quality is Mark Albrighton. Castagna into Wilfred Ndidi, out right to Albrighton. He's like your traditional winger, isn't he? Great delivery of the ball. Probably unfashionable now. That's probably why he's not in England contention currently. But his work rate's fantastic. He should have been given an England cap when he was younger. Certainly when Leicester won the league. Giovanni Reina's in and he hits the post. He was offside anyway. Good opportunity again for Leicester. Unfortunately, Reina was a little too ambitious with that one. So 3 minutes remaining. We're going to drop some praise on there. It's been a good performance second half. We thoroughly deserved the win on the balance, I think. Although I do think we was kind of lucky in the first half. But a good win for us. We're going to tell them that was a good win as well. Why not? Continue that. And let's have a look at the league table. And this is how it does look. We are 6. Arsenal must have won. No, they drew. Maybe the table hadn't just updated in-game. That's what it looks like. So Arsenal, we're a point behind Arsenal. 5 points behind Manchester City. And all importantly, we're 12 points clear of Brighton in 7th. It's going to take a lot, isn't it, for us to mess this up and not finish in Europa League spaces. I don't want to speak too soon, but surely we won't mess that up. Right then, guys, so what we'll do then, we will come back for, if we get through to the FA Cup semi-final, if we get past Arsenal at the Emirates, we'll come back for that semi-final. If not, we'll go forward about 6 Premier League games. Maybe we'll come back. If we showed you Liverpool, we haven't shown you Liverpool. We'll come back for Liverpool, and then we'll play the last one after that. So we'll have potentially 2 more episodes of this series, unless we get to the FA Cup final of course. But guys, if you did enjoy that video, please leave a massive like on there for me. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure your notifications are turned on for every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Check me out on Twitch as well. Just started a new save over there called the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge, which is basically us trying to emulate what Alex Ferguson done with Manchester United, but with Aston Villa instead. Link is up there. Check it out. It'll be great to see you guys over on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 PM as well. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time here on Reesy FC. Bye-bye.